Welcome to Open BxRx Tuesday on BronxNet. I'm your host, Kibin Alleyne, and I'd like to invite you to get social with us at BronxNet TV on Instagram and Twitter, and BronxNet Community Television on Facebook. New York State Senator Luis Sepúlveda is offering legal services to Bronxites with the help of New York Legal Assistance Group. Senator Luis Sepúlveda joins me today to discuss this effort. Senator, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure to be on the program and discuss this wonderful opportunity for many people in our community.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that a little bit more. Can you tell me about your collaboration with the New York Legal Assistance Group?
Absolutely. One of the biggest needs in our community is the need for free quality legal assistance. In our office, it's one of the biggest demands. People getting evicted, people having issues with child support, immigration issues, things that, generally speaking, are a major problem in communities like the ones we represent. And many of these constituents or residents cannot afford to pay an attorney for these services. So NYLAG has partnered with us to provide services to the community for free. We have had multiple dates now, and fortunately or unfortunately, the way you look at it, when we post the availability of NYLAG in our office, the time slots are taken right away. I mean, within minutes, we're full. And so now they're taking appointments. If people can't get to the appointments or people can't sign up, then we'll take their names, and for future dates, we'll connect them with NYLAG at their place, or we'll have a future date at our office. But I'm really, really thrilled with this program because it's such a big need in our community that having free legal services is something I'm very proud to work with NYLAG.
Can you actually tell us a little bit more about NYLAG and what made them stand out to you and made you want to work with them?
Well, I've had other colleagues of mine and members of my staff. One of my director of constituent services, when he worked for another elected official, worked in the city, worked closely with NYLAG. And I heard through the grapevine and speaking with other colleagues about the great work that they do. And so naturally, we wanted to take advantage of that, and we reached out to them, and they were very willing to help. I want to mention also that not only do they provide legal assistance, but they also provide financial information. They help you prepare for if you have bad debt, to try to get you out of debt. So it's so many different services that are provided, and the key word is free, that we are thrilled to be able to do this.
Now, what was the inspiration behind this effort to bring free legal services to the Bronx?
Constantly, we can tell with the pandemic, one of the major issues that we have now is housing and people being evicted, or the possibility of being evicted. And many times they need assistance in housing court. We also have individuals, parents, both male and female, who have issues with child support, for example. And to navigate family court is very difficult. And so they come in and they help. We have constituents that are getting divorced, because NYLAG also provides information on divorces. So they're able to come into the office and provide that assistance. And so, the reputation speaks for itself, and anyone who does that kind of work is always welcome in our office.
Now, you kind of touched on it a little bit. I want to go into it a little bit deeper about the types of cases Bronxites can get help with. You mentioned a few of them, but I know on the flyer there's so many. So can you kind of go over some of them, just letting Bronxites know what they can actually get from this?
Well, I mean, first I want to encourage people to go onto our website or my social media, and it explains not only the kinds of services that we provide, but also explains how to get the services, how to sign up. And it's relatively simple, but we want to make sure that you get the information. It's such a vast amount of legal services that they provide, different areas. The other big issue that we have is issues of child support. And so they help with that. They represent you if you have issues with problems with your apartment, or you have repairs that are needed, or you have dangerous conditions, things like that. They're able to step in and assist us. And so it's really it's so many different services that it's hard to, in this short time period, explain everything.
Right.
But I strongly encourage everyone to go to to our social media website and check up and see if the services that we provide can help you at any point.
Now, can you explain who is eligible for this type of assistance?
Well, anyone. I mean, we have people that come in from Manhattan, from Brooklyn, have come to our office for services, because when we advertise on social media, we don't make it specific to our district, because we can't. And I'm happy to help anyone anywhere in the city of New York or the state of New York. So they come in from here and they check in with our office. And as long as they had a previous appointment, they are seen. They come in, there's an intern or an intake person who takes a lot of the information to help the attorneys that are providing the service. And also in case you don't have an appointment or you missed a deadline or you didn't get a slot, they're able also to put you in a position to see NYLAG at their offices throughout the city.
Now, I like that you said that it is eligible for pretty much anyone, because I do think a lot of times in the Bronx, the idea of just legal papers in general can be very overwhelming. Can you talk to, maybe that experience, if you've heard any from other Bronx sites, about how overwhelming it can be to deal with legal paperwork just in general?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, I've been a practicing attorney now for 31 years. And even for myself as a practicing attorney, sometimes I get flummoxed when you have to fill out petitions and processes like this, or paperwork or motions. And so it's frightening to some people. You have also the language barriers, people that only speak their mother language. And it's highly technical. And if you don't do things properly, then they get rejected. And to do it again, sometimes people get put off, get discouraged. It's a very difficult process to navigate legal waters in the courthouse, and NYLAG makes it so much easier for these individuals.
I love that you brought up the language barriers, because in the Bronx, we have so many different cultures. And I know, like, there's a large immigrant community just from all backgrounds in the Bronx. And sometimes it is nice to have somebody who maybe knows where you're coming from. Can you speak to that a little bit, about maybe how your team, will know the people in the Bronx on a deeper level than if they were to just go to anywhere else to get help?
Oh, sure. Look, our office, my constituent services, my Senate district office is the busiest office in the entire state of New York. Some of my colleagues get 10 constituents a week. I get about 30 to 50 per day. And that's because it's a high need community. And it's a very diverse community. I have people from Bangladesh who speak Bangla. I have people from the West African diaspora that speak French. I have people from Latin countries, Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, who only speak Spanish. I mean, of course, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but the mother language there is Spanish. And when people come to our office and they see that we have all these languages and these services available, it puts them at ease. And when they come to the office, they know they come to an office that is the requirement that I have of my staff is that we provide excellent services to our constituency. And so many of them come back again and again, even after NYLAG, because they feel very comfortable with my staff, the fact that we speak multiple languages, and with the services that we provide.
That's amazing, and I love that. Now, I guess going into it a little bit more, is there any paperwork that these people may need to bring for for these services?
Well, what I'd say to them is, again, call my office. You give an explanation of what the services that you need, and then we will connect you with NYLAG, who will then tell you what paperwork you may need to bring initially. So, for example, if you're facing an eviction, then you bring your petition and notice of petition. If you're facing some sort of petition from family court, you bring it with you to make sure that the attorneys can review it. But the best thing to do is call in the office so we can better prepare you for your meeting.
And what can Bronx sites, you told us a little bit, like, there's going to be people who understand you, so that's amazing. But what can Bronx sites expect when they accept these services? Or what would you tell to a Bronx site who may be still feeling a little bit nervous about getting legal representation?
Well, the one thing I would tell them is that myself as an attorney, my staff, that we expect nothing but 100% dedication and quality of service to anyone, any member in our community that we provide the services for. And so I think many people in our community already know that. So you come in and you're going to be well taken care of. You're going to be serviced. And if for any reason we cannot, we'll make sure that we provide other accommodations. Look, sometimes people come into our office and they're confused. They don't really need legal services. They may need assistance with attempting to get an apartment or other issues that we can help without NYLAG. But when it comes to the legal issues, we really, really work closely with NYLAG. So if you have any help, please reach out.
And why is it so important for you to have something like this available to, the people in your community?
Well, I represent one of the poorest senatorial districts probably in the United States. Again, with many, many issues. With poverty, come other issues like health, come issues like housing, come issues like family matter issues. And a lot of times people in our community just can't either navigate the water or afford to pay an attorney. And so being able to provide this service for free, to me, is a wonderful opportunity that I can then give back to my community.
Now, how can people sign up for this service?
Well, I'll encourage them to call the office at 718-991-3161. I think that would be the best way to do it. Go on social media, and there are other ways that explain to you how to get the service. But certainly, I think it's the best is to call or to go and check and see our flyers that we've distributed throughout social media for the last couple of weeks.
Now, there are also specific dates at the moment, but is this something that you would like to do again in the future?
Oh, I'd like to do it every day, but it's really NYLAG's call. When the budget comes, I try to provide funding for NYLAG so they can continue to come back. But I tell people come and see what they do, and you're going to be very impressed, and you will see why this service is so important to the people in the community that I represent.
Now, how can people stay up to date with you specifically? Can you just let us know what your social media is?
Sure, you can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Just put in Sepúlveda or Senator Sepúlveda. You'll see how my name comes up. You can also go to the Senate social media sites. The New York State Senate has their own. Or you can email me at my Senate email address. It's sepulveda@nysenate.gov. And we make sure that we respond to everybody's emails.
All right, wonderful. Senator, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for allowing us to put this information out there so that more people, even if you don't live in my district, so more people can come and get services.
All right, that's so wonderful. Thank you again. We'll be right back with more Open BxRx Tuesday.